I have been wanting to sit down and film this video for a while now. Anyone that makes videos or has made them for any length of time will know that when it's a video that you feel very invested in or connected to, there's a reticence to do it because I think that there's underlying perfectionist tendencies because you really want to do the topic, or in this case the brand, justice because you feel so effusive about it and you just want to make sure that you communicate all of the information to the best of your ability. That's why for some videos I feel like the videos that I want to do the most take me the longest to get out. All of that to say, I'm so excited to finally be sitting down today and giving you my review of Stark Skincare. So for those of you that don't know, Stark Skincare is an indie vegan skincare brand based in Canada. The person behind the brand is a woman named Jess LaFleur. Jess and I have like a bit of a little backstory which she detailed in her skincare tag video. So I'm not going to repeat it here. If you want to hear how Jess and I got to know each other virtually, then I will link you to her video below because she gave just like such a very heartwarming rendition of our connections. I've known about Stark for many years, since I got into green beauty around 2010, 2011. Her brand was very early on in the game, at least the eco beauty game that I was aware of, and she got a lot of love on No More Dirty Looks. The girls that started No More Dirty Looks, Siobhan and Alexandra, are both Canadian as well, so there's like a little Canadian connection. In particular, I feel like Stark's Grapefruit Cleanse and Hydrate Balm had cult-like status among eco-beauty enthusiasts. Our paths actually did cross in person at the last Night for Green Beauty in Chicago a couple of years ago, but it was before we had really sort of connected. I like vaguely remember seeing her there. I think she vaguely remembers seeing me there. And now it's funny because we, you know, I consider her a friend. Also, I guess this will be the first mention of this in video. I did mention it on Instagram, but I know not everyone watching is on Instagram. Jess and I have started a Facebook group called Vert Nouveau, a green beauty paradigm shift. And it's a place to have sort of authentic, imperfect, evolving discussions, critical discussions about the green beauty industry, the beauty industry in general. It's less about sort of like talking about products and giving product recommendations, and more a space to talk about, you know, gender politics, body policing, fear-mongering, marketing tactics, all of that stuff. If you are on Facebook and you do want to join us over there for that, she and I are moderating that board and really trying to foster a space to keep all of these conversations going. So in some ways it's important for me, I guess, to tell you about sort of the behind the scenes friendship that I have with her. I mean, we're very, very like-minded, but I think it also does influence how I experience her products. And I was thinking about this today, sort of analogous to how I've thought about important healing relationships, I guess, in my life. And the one that springs to mind most prominently is my relationship with my acupuncturist. That was the first time I really experienced this. And I think that there's like a whole academic literature around this too, that when you develop a close partnership with a healing practitioner, whether it's an MD or a DO or an acupuncturist or an aromatherapist or whoever, it enhances the benefits of whatever sort of treatment they're giving you, or in this case, the skincare that they have produced. Knowing Jess, knowing about her products, makes the products feel more special, and I think it just makes you more conscious of what goes into the products. And the wonderful thing about Stark is that that's not something that just I am privy to, because she has a YouTube channel where she's incredibly transparent about her brand and her production practices in a way that I feel like not a lot of beauty brands are. I think it's a little bit more common to have proximity to brands and formulators through the eco beauty space, but even that, like, who has a YouTube channel? Like Jess and Jordan Samuel, those are the two that I've just drawn so much inspiration from, because they're giving you like an insider's perspective on their products. Everything I'm going to talk about today is part of Stark's relaunch. Now, I'm not going to give you all of the backstory on her old generation line. If you want to hear more about Stark's evolution, you can visit her website or watch her videos, because she does a lot of explaining and talking about that. So what I want to do is just give you my reviews of having used all of her relaunched products over the last couple of months. I've been using most of these things. Stark is a unique brand to me in several ways. One, she's one of the only brands I know that formulates from an urban urban perspective. I've talked about this before when I have mentioned her products in other videos. The tagline on the website says skincare made for life in the city. Her perspective is really on protecting skin from elements that you might experience in an urban environment. And she and I have talked about how, you know, a lot of skincare is formulated from not the climate that we ourselves might live in. You know, in my case, it's true there aren't a lot of brands that are formulated in the Northeast. A lot of the brands I like are formulated in tropical locations. Also, Stark is one of the only brands that I feel is actually quite unisex in its branding and formulation. None of the scents are sort of overly feminine at all, and the unisex thing is something that I really should just bracket for a whole other video. I've recently gotten incredibly interested in the gendered aspect of beauty in general, but I guess green beauty or eco beauty marketing. I'm just fascinated by men's evolving approach to beauty and aesthetics. I just think that the conversation around beauty is really changing, and the conversations around gender are really changing. So that's kind of where my head is at. It is a direct to consumer brand, which is also unique. So you can only order her things directly through the website. She is a Canadian company, like I said. She micro batches everything and has a distributor based in the US and in Canada. So the shipping is really quick. When I ordered her latest launched Petrichor, I think I got it 2 days later. It was really quick and the shipping was very affordable. I do know that the shipping rates within Canada are a bit more expensive just because Canadian shipping rates, I guess, are very expensive. Yes, the benefit with the direct to consumer model, she has a whole video on that, but basically you're getting really high quality products at a much lower price point because there's no middleman boutique taking a cut of the profits. Yeah, 12 minutes and I haven't even started talking about the products. But again, I do feel like all of this detail on Stark is really important to understand the brand, and I'm hoping to foster, you know, brand appreciation the way that I have it for the brand. So this is her entire range. She is working on a number of new formulations. I know she gives a lot of teasers and sneak peeks on her Instagram videos and Instagram stories. And she's also very, very receptive to customer feedback. I really appreciate how accessible I guess she is as a brand formulator. So there are 5 skincare products and 1 hair care product, 2 cleansers, 2 face oils, and 1 hydrosol. That's kind of how it breaks down. Everything comes in a little canvas bags that have the Stark logo stamped on them, I think, or screen printed. I think they're stamped. Her things come I saved the packaging explicitly for this video. So these little bottles will come inside these little sleeves with the Stark sticker, and then the ingredients are no longer printed on her label bottles. Again, it's just a way to not pass costs on to consumers, and instead each item has a little insert card with the ingredients and directions for how to use the products. So I will start with the 2 cleansers in her range. The Aurora Cleanse and Hydrate Balm, which is a reformulation of the Grapefruit Cleanse and Hydrate Balm, which is actually sitting in my empty products bag. I finally finished it up. The Eclipse Activated Cleansing Gel, which is a new product. I've been using her Grapefruit Cleanse and Hydrate Balm for the last couple of years. I mean, just looking at this, it's absolutely stunning. It smells like orange grapefruit chocolate, sort of cocoa scent. This is the 2 ounce or 60 milliliter jar, which is $40. And then there's also a 4 ounce jar for $75. Now, a little goes a long way with this. So I think that investing $40 in this would last you a while. I have a lot of cleansers in rotation, so it's a little bit hard for me to gauge how long this would last if it's sort of like your sole cleanser, but a good long while because you don't need a lot. And then Eclipse, the Activated Cleansing Gel, is $35 for 120 mils. It's a pH balanced gel cleanser, but it's both detoxifying and exfoliating. It has white willow bark in it is the exfoliating agent. It has a lot of wonderful ingredients: colloidal oatmeal, activated coconut charcoal, aloe, glycerin, proprietary essential oil complexes. It says use this product within 6 months of opening it. And Aurora is described as a versatile balm, transforming from a solid balm to a silky liquid oil on contact with the skin, which then becomes a milky cleansing lotion when rinsed with water. Virgin coconut oil, shea butter, cocoa butter, mango seed butter, pumpkin seed oil, and essential oils of blood orange, wildcrafted catriffe, and turmeric. So, my favorite way to use these is I will do a first cleanse makeup removal with Aurora. Just, I don't know, probably I'm trying to think of how much I use, like a nickel-sized amount. I'm pretty generous, actually. And I massage that in after I've already taken off lipstick and eye makeup. Remove it with a warm washcloth. Oh, and I don't emulsify that with water. I just take it off with a warm washcloth. Then I will go in with more, like a smaller amount, like a pea-sized amount, massaged into my face, and then I will do a pretty generous amount of Eclipse just onto my hand and massaged all in and over the balm. The reason I do that is this is actually a very active, intense cleanser. Jess had said that she kind of thought that maybe she should have waited to release it in the summer. The first time I used this was just kind of on bare skin as a second cleanse, and I did find that, and it was also in the dead of winter, it was a little intense on me. Jess gave me the tip to mix it with Aurora, and so I have found that if I do this combo once or twice a week, it's beautifully clarifying on my skin. And I find that with the buffer of Aurora underneath, it's not drying at all. It's kind of the perfect amount of clarifying on me. With the second cleanse, I just massage this in. It's kind of nice to leave it on for 20 to 30 seconds and then just rinse off with water. Rinse is completely clean. My skin feels balanced, really nicely cleansed, but not stripped. The scent profile of Eclipse is like cardamom. That's the predominant thing that I smell. It's kind of spicy and warm, and she has a whole video on this product, but it doesn't suds at all. It looks black coming out, like a black gel. It's a product that I was sort of unsure about, but I think with a little bit of trial and error using it with a balm, and I think actually in the summertime I won't need to use a balm as like a first layer. I think that it'll just be so refreshing and beautiful when my skin is a little bit more combination or prone to oil and buildup in the summertime. We'll go in order of skincare steps. The next product did not launch with the rest of the line. This is her most recent addition, and it's a toning mist called Petrichor. The name I am obsessed with. It's a word apparently that means the smell of the earth after a thunderstorm. There was an interesting synchronicity too, because the day that she launched this, I happened across he's honestly like a trance or a techno music producer, but he had remixed a track by a sort of more ethereal house artist that I really like, and his name is Petrichor. And I was like, 2 Petrichors in one day, that's kind of strange. This smells like vetiver, and I feel like it is incredibly unique among hydrosols that I've tried, because never encountered a hydrosol that smells like vetiver. That's the primary thing that I smell. This is loaded with so many incredible ingredients. Cucumber. This also has white willow bark extract in it, which is slightly sort of toning and exfoliating. You know, I don't want to sort of overdo it with some of her products that are a little bit more clarifying, like Eclipse and Petrichor. So it's not like I would do this on bare skin with no balm underneath and then tone the heck out of my skin with this. I think it would be a little intense. If you are more oily or acne prone, I think that these products could be in like daily rotation for you, and you would probably have a lot of success. I love this as both a toning step and then also like a during the day mist and refresh. It just has a really stacked ingredient list that I think is really incredible, and I'm really happy to have it. Then she has 2 face oils, both of which, oh sorry, I didn't say how much. Petrichor is $35 for 120 mils, and it just comes in this size. Then she has 2 face oils, both of which I am quite obsessed with. City Recalibrating Oil, which is sort of more of a day oil, and Midnight Regenerating Oil, which is a little bit more of a nighttime oil. They're very different, and very incredible, each in their own right. So my favorite skincare routine in the morning, Tata Harper Rejuvenating Serum. It's like my favorite daytime serum to use, but it leaves the skin slightly matte. So I will take 2 to 3 drops of City and press it mostly into my cheeks and forehead and take it up my neck a little bit. And then I'll go over with a sunscreen over top of that. And I just find it to be really nourishing and protective, and I feel really good with it on my skin. The scent profile of this reminds me of being in a forest. This is formerly the Cypress Purity and Defense Oil. I'm not sure if she reformulated it, if City is a reformulation of Cypress or if it's just a rebranding of that oil. But I had used Cypress Purity and Defense and I really enjoyed it. I think I used up a whole bottle of it. It feels very purifying and protective, and it's a light viscosity oil. It absorbs beautifully. I don't have any issues with it being too much or anything. I think that would be good for all skin types, actually. And then Midnight. Midnight is actually, I think Midnight is the thing I was the most, Tendril is actually probably the thing that has been like skyrocketed to my #1 favorite of the launch. I mean, I really love all of them. Midnight is the thing I really had like no expectations for. And I've been just blown away to the point where I crave putting this on my skin at night. And it's rare, I feel, to find a skincare product that you're like, I crave this. My skin craves it. My olfactory senses crave it. I would say that Midnight is the most grounding I feel from all of her formulations scent-wise. I'm trying to find the ingredients. Macadamia seed oil, sweet almond oil, evening primrose, jojoba, pomegranate seed oil. It also has black cumin seed oil, which my skin seems to love. Black cumin seed oil is also in the Mahalo Vitality Elixir, I believe. This also has sea buckthorn, tamanu, neroli. To me, it doesn't smell like traditional neroli. If you hear the word neroli, that's not what, this is not the scent I conjure up in my head, but it's like better than that. It's like an earthy, almost like a little bit like patchouli. Oh my god, it's so good. It's incredibly like intoxicating and addictive. It's just one of the most sort of like nourishing but not too heavy oils I feel like I've probably ever used. I can't really think of comparable products to this, to be honest. I guess Mahalo Vitality Elixir, but I do like the way this one smells better. My skin responds similarly to both of those. I realize I didn't say the price on City and Midnight. So City, you can do she has 3 different sizes. There's a 15 ml, which is I think $25. She also does a 30 ml and a 50 ml. I have the 30 ml, which is, it doesn't say the price. Well, the 50 ml is $65. So I would venture to guess this is probably in the $40 to $45 range for the 30 ml. And then Midnight is $35 for 15 mils, $60 for 30 mils, which is this size. And then 50 mils is $92. The ingredients in the City Recalibrating Oil, this is rice bran oil, Stark's proprietary evergreen complex. It also has seed oils of apricot, hazelnut, hemp, and broccoli. It has olive squalane. As you can tell from the ingredient decks, these are very different formulations, but I think that they're so like expertly done, both from a topical effect perspective, but also sort of like a mind-body olfactory perspective. And in particular, I don't know what it is about Midnight, like I crave it. And then she currently has one hair care product that I've talked about before, the Tendril Nourishing Hair Oil. So a 30 ml bottle of this, which is what this is $35. I think that's such a good price. A 50 ml bottle is $56. Camellia seed oil, Abyssinian seed oil, grapeseed oil, and a proprietary blend of essential oils. It has I'm trying to remember the scent. This is another sort of like fresh smelling one, but you don't really smell it once it's in your hair. I remember what it makes me think of. It honestly makes me think a little bit of bubble gum, and I'm not sure why. It reminds me of a pink bubble gum I had when I was a kid. It's almost like that. There's like kind of like a sweet minty bubblegum-ness to it, but it's totally nice. I love it. This product is absolutely incredible. It's totally one of my top products of 2017 so far. It's a hair oil specifically formulated for people with hair that's more fine and not as thick and heavy and dry and coarse. Does not leave my hair greasy at all. My absolute favorite way to use it is to do 2 drops on the ends of dry hair before heat styling, or 2 to 3 drops after my hair is styled if my ends look dry. I will use it less frequently as sort of like a leave-in conditioner. So Jess had recommended, or her favorite way to use it is on slightly damp towel dried hair, a couple of drops as a conditioner, like foregoing conditioner in the shower, and then just using Tendril as a conditioning oil very sparingly on the ends. I've also used this as a scalp treatment. It's amazing. It has replaced my Aurora Feed Your Shine drops. I like having a lightweight oil to heat protect and also to revive my ends if they're looking dry, and this is just everything I could ever want. If you have my hair type or texture, which is medium fine, textured, kind of oily scalp, dry ends, I really think you would get along well with this. And you can get a 15 ml bottle. Oh, well, it's currently sold out. I don't know, it's probably around $20 or $25, which I think is just a great price. And you use such a small amount if you're using it as like a finishing oil or a heat treatment, that I think it's a great investment. What are my take-home points? I think if you are normal skin type, just kind of looking to keep your skin healthy and balanced and anti-age, I think midnight is probably my recommendation as like an overnight treatment. If you are to the oily combo acne prone side of normal, I think Petrichor and Eclipse and City are probably these are the products that strike me as being sort of the most balancing. If you are normal or normal dry, I think Aurora would be just an amazing addition, as well as Midnight. And I have normal, slightly combination skin, and I can use all of the products no problem. I haven't had adverse reactions or anything, except, as I'm saying, if I used Eclipse in the dead of winter without a buffer underneath, it was slightly too drying. You know what this actually is? It's a kicked up version of the Osmia Black Clay Facial Soap. That soap I could use as a second cleanse every day and I wouldn't have an issue. This is more intense than that. I have found a way to get it to work for me, coupled with the balm, and not every day, and it's a really, really nice treatment. You know, if you're someone that works out a lot or you have more oily skin, you might be able to use this every day with no problem. So I think that those are my thoughts on this amazing brand. I'm sure I sound like a total fangirl. I'm so appreciative that she sent me some of these products to try. I know she doesn't work with a lot of bloggers. I am giving you a review that's influenced by how much respect I have for her and what she's doing and everything that Stark stands for. The ethos behind the brand is love and rebellion, which is just like so near and dear to my heart. And I just think she has so many, just really forward-thinking ideas about the beauty industry and skincare, and I think she's a really talented formulator. I think that she is just so passionate about what she does. So I hope this was helpful. Check out Jess's videos, check out her website if you want to hear more about the brand. I know she's coming out with a spot treatment, working on different oil and balm cleansers. I don't think I'm giving anything away because these are all things she says in her videos. So I'm so excited to see what she does. I will be a Stark customer for life. So if you have tried any Stark products, I would love to hear from you in the comments. Oh, one other thing. If you go on Stark's website, a lot of the products have lots of really helpful reviews, which I think is a great way beyond like bloggers to hear about actual customer experience with products. So that's another treasure trove of information. Please let me know what you think of Stark's products. If you have tried them, the most intriguing products to you are, any general thoughts or questions you have, please leave them in the comments below. And I can't wait to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one very soon. Bye.